Yeah, it worked. Okay, good.
Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the... Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Yabusele out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Maxey. Then it's MP. And it's George in at the small forward. And for Boston, the post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Pritchard in at point guard. You know, Shams, you cover transactions all day long, all season long. And the Sixers have not been shy about making moves.
No. Other team has been more aggressive when you think about trying to figure out this puzzle around Joel Embiid and around Tyrese Maxey. They've always been movers and shakers. This is a franchise that bears watching moving forward, just seeing exactly what moves they make.
They always make headlines. You're exactly right. And the 76ers with possession. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. When I asked him how hard it is to game plan for Paul George, he just chuckled. He said he's one of the hardest guys in the league to guard. I really challenged our team to make sure we're communicating whenever he has the ball. It will be, as always, a team-first approach to slowing down PG-13. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And MP gets it to go on the assist by George. And that's now 6 points for MP. And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine that this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
Maxey passes to MP.
Shit.
Here's MP. That one drops for him.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw tonight.
A line for one.
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
George finds MP. Second shot opportunity. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 5 now.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
They're just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
NBA.
Shams, with as often as you've interacted with front offices all over the NBA, have you noticed any changes without Fran.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes substitution on the court
for the Celtics.
At the line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, I'm seeing that their second chance points are exactly what every coach wants to see. Hustling on the offensive glass to convert every possession they can.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
The guards are Pritchard and White. The forwards for them, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Kata in at the center, filling out the middle. Maxey's in the game for the Celtics. There's the pass to Pritchard. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And George kicks to Maxey. Here's MP. Misses from short range. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Pritchard. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there, almost 13 points a game.
Personal
In this
foul.
quarter, they had driving and drawing, initiating contact, creating opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, a solid shooter from the line.
The 76ers making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. Maxey passes to MP. Goes up at the stripe. And Boston with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Man, that game goes down to the wire. Both teams exhausted, but only one has something left for the encore.
Yeah, this is the kind of game you come away thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Here's MP. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Assisted.
And it's 8 points for MP.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Good.
Well, I like how White has upgraded his ball handling over the years. A big part of his growth.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
That's a 3-second violation.
He's the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Substitution on the
Philadelphia enjoying a 12-point lead.
First half with the score, the Celtics 53, the 76ers 65.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And so, in the game for the 76ers, Joel Embiid out there with Yabusele. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's MP in at the 2. Based in the last few decades, we've seen the 3 become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is. And teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the 3 spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the 3 is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner
27.
Yep, it counts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's White, and he gets it to go. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, we've seen White's confidence as a scorer grow over time. which is why he stays aggressive when he catches fire.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team, shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Pass to George. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And the basket by MP.
Continuing to impress as a playmaker. George's ability to facilitate an offense is one of his many strengths.
That one goes. Count it. White's got 21 in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Pritchard. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Maxey passes to MP. And that one drops for him. 14 points for MP.
A solid facilitator. I like whenever Maxey looks to get his guys involved.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Can you talk about a stacked roster? It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And some changes here over the Celtics. Now Maxey. At the elbow, it's MP. Tries from 7. Connects the jumper cross.
Coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen. It doesn't look like this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Derek White.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wild and you expect to miss some of the time, that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. He told them it's all about maintaining the lead. He told them he knows it's easy to get comfortable when you're in this position, but that they need to keep the pressure on. Guys?
Thanks, David. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Embiid kicks to Maxey. Here's MP. And it's sent back by White. Outside Tatum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, look, if you're trying to slow down White, you first have to match his activity level.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Philadelphia's gone 1 or 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. To the inside. Embiid trying to break loose. And Embiid gets it to go on the assist by Maxey.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Now here's Tatum. outside White. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're leading by 5.
Here we go, fans.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
For some teacher. How about another hand for the Celtics Entertainment?
24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. So they foul intentionally.
Tyrese Maxey. Third personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Considered one of the best players in the game right now, Tatum is hungry to win titles to add to his growing legacy.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 7.
Headed to the floor.
We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
These are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat, just wondering what's gonna happen, how this thing gonna play out.
And